Ottawa Centre.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Children, Community and Social Services. Last Saturday, our office hosted an emergency roundtable about the government's changes to autism services. At the roundtable, I met Laura, who I'm pleased to say is joining us here at Queen's Park today. Laura's son, Noah, is 7 years old, living with autism. After years on the wait list, Noah finally started receiving ABA therapy, and he's making huge strides, including sleeping in his own bed and being able to sit at the table with a non-preferred food item. Why is the minister ending coverage of this beautiful 7-year-old and therapy? Why is that not helping enough?
Minister of Children, Community and Social Services.
Well, thanks very much, Speaker. Appreciate the question from the member opposite. I did miss him on Saturday when we were supposed to be playing hockey in his riding. We did win that game. Happy to say that though we have, well, you're supposed to be on my team. Let's bring a moment of levity here, because this is an emotional issue. And while we understand that 25% of the children were receiving sport, we understand also that 75% of the children weren't. And so I have an obligation, as the minister responsible for this program, to ensure that we allow every child in Ontario the opportunity to get some level of support.
Opposition, come to order.
It's unfair, it's unequal, and
Member
it's
for Essex,
unsustainable
come to order.
to continue with the previous Liberal government's plan. So we're going to continue to support and open this process.
Member for Hamilton
by
Mountain, come to order.
Doubling of diagnostic
Response.
costs, as we have at Holland Bloorview and at Erin Oaks and at CHEO, and we're going to make sure that once those children are cleared off that diagnosis hub, we are going to ensure.
Thank you. Supplementary.
The clock starting after they stop clapping. Thank you, Speaker. Unfair. Back to the minister. Let's talk about unfair. I think it's unfair to be giving out a tax cut in this province to the richest Ontarians that will cost $275 million, while families with autism aren't getting the support they deserve. That's unfair. You want to talk about unfair? I think it's unfair that this government is cutting corporate income taxes by $1 billion when families with autism can't get the support they deserve. That's unfair. It's time for Laura. It's time for all the families who are here to have a government that will be on their side, and that requires rethinking this plan. That is not giving people false hope, Speaker. That is asking our friends in government to collegially rethink this program so we don't ruin our public school system, so we support the families that need our support. Will the minister commit to changing her mind, listening to parents, and working with us?
Please take your seats. Minister.
Passion for this. It's an important issue for the 25% of the parents who were receiving the support from this program. But I have to look at all children on this program. That's why we have to extend support to the other 23,000. That's why we have increased our budget from this program from $256 million to $321 million. That is why we went in for an emergency $100 million from Treasury Board to ensure that we could keep this program alive. But, Speaker, I have to say we must ensure that we have appropriate levels of support for all children, not just 1 in 4. That's wrong. It's unconscionable.
Opposition, come to order.
It was unsustainable the way the previous government had run it. So I'm going to stand here and I will let the member opposite know. This plan is the plan that will be implemented. To suggest to parents otherwise is to provide false hope to vulnerable families, and I won't have it.